Welcome back to our Gold Division Finals here at Valorant Riot Rumble. I am Merkwitter here with Morgageddon, and we're looking for this map too. We do have a sub coming in. Yes. Holly Honeyblood is out. Kingsley is in over for AHB.
Very surprising to see that the team that took the first win is subbing someone out, subbing someone in. They are very happy, obviously, with that performance, but either they want to get some extra playtime in or they think we've got a better strategy for this new map. We definitely need to bring these two people around.
Well, I'm curious to see what this does change for their gameplay. Will it bring it home in 2 games, or will it provide the space that Team 1 needs to take it to a third?
Yeah, we definitely saw how successful both teams were on offense and defense. We saw exactly how much of a slugfest. There you can see the update. Kingsley with his wonderful "look at me now" portrait.
Some blue steel action coming in.
Some blue steel, you know, he's got to channel his Hollywood vibes right there. So we got a new player in, one out, and there he is on screen playing. Smile for us. Yeah, there you go. I'm very curious. You had that miniature break. You know, what do you want to talk about on both sides of the teams? You just won. What do you want to bring up?
Right. So, I mean, if I'm coming in out of that win, I'm trying to get my new sub up to speed, right? Trying to key them in on the kinds of plays, the pacing that T1 is bringing to this matchup. Trying to fill them in on, like, what did they find that was giving them that leg up? Where were the entry points that they were finding, giving them that competitive advantage? So letting Kingsley key in on what we can abuse heading into Lotus here, I think that's where I'd be heading.
And what do you want to change if you're Team 1? It was close. It was very close, 10-13. There's probably 1 or 2 things you might want to fiddle with. What do you think you need to fiddle with most if you're Team 1?
I would say, especially towards the end of the game, I think you nailed you hit the nail on the head there with seeing that we were losing Phoenix so early. And I know that there's, you want to get that early pick, you want to get that first blood, but if you can maybe even double up with one of your other players, make sure that you're tradable in those moments, I think that would have made a big difference for them. But just dying alone without that return trade value,
especially on defense, right? It means you can't hold nearly as much like area. Your square footage has to decrease because you've got less guns to cover less angles.
Absolutely. And yeah, when you're bringing it into 4 players, it gets hard. It gets hard.
So we're going to Lotus. Who is an agent you never expect to see on this map and like just doesn't fit in? Like, who doesn't fit in on Lotus?
Who does not fit in on Lotus? I mean, we talked just briefly over the break about Brimstone as a solo controller on Lotus. You don't really see that. You don't get those smokes back. 3 smokes simply isn't enough to cover the map.
Nah, unfortunately, even though I love playing him and I think he's very useful, the meta is very heavily, we want to have like repeatable utility, and if you're stretching out the duration of the maps, having the ability to regenerate util is definitely such a premium these days to play with.
Absolutely. So I think that probably Omen would be the better pick here. Oh, a Yoru pick though.
It's Yoru.
That's exciting. Oh, and I do love the Viper. Viper provides a lot of recharged, smokability, and there is that Omen as I mentioned.
Yep, we talked about regenerating your util. Omen is fantastic for repeatable smokes. Scott, there it is, another Phoenix. Okay, similar compositions, a little bit of a change up here. Not too much, but we definitely see duelists on T1. 1 controller. Honestly, not much of a change. I think T1 like recognized that their composition works. It's more of an execution that they need to like hone in on, right?
Absolutely.
Massage it just a little bit.
And I am curious to see how they're going to be using this chamber. There are some really great long hold angles that you can take with chamber, especially as you get his ult unlocked.
3D operator.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting that headhunter even, lots of value you can pick from those really long-range fights. So I'm excited to see him. I'm expecting to see him most of the time on A, holding around doors, that stairs area. But we just got to see what happens.
I mean, why not be be the outcast. Be the chamber who plays like Bucky's, and you take your one shot, and you immediately teleport somewhere else, right? Like, play unconventional, right?
You've got to teleport for a reason, right?
I don't dislike the fact that I can get opt and he can just walk away at all. No.
This is a really interesting, aggressive defensive push up towards. Oh, wow. They took a ton of space here, pushing up into almost spawn.
I mean, they put a one-way there. It's good to see feet, right? You're hoping to and there goes Euro's clone. Surprise, free blind.
And we do see pretty even buys here. Mostly a couple of ghosts thrown in, trading a little bit of damage onto Enquine over in C long.
Does get healed back up, almost taken out. Doesn't still have a ghost, 100 HP, got healed all the way back up to full, but Kingsley's now a little bit lit on Yoru as well. Nobody's been killed, and it's still, attackers are just kind of sitting in their spawn right now, moving a little bit back towards A site where only Omen's there to hold.
It is interesting to see them make these really quick rotates across the map, and I mean, the defensive team just isn't really rotating as quickly as T1 is, and they are able to get really far up into, oh, wow!
Bold choice by Sushi, almost gets the kill, not quite, does take out and gets to communicate to the team, hey, I saw everyone.
And they are still pushing into the site here. Maximoto getting the plant. Astronaut does take down Honest Pillow, but Croissant responds with the kill.
Caps takes out one. Astronaut gets another, gets killed on the reload. Now it's a 1v2. Viper is the only one left alive. Still got a little bit of fuel, but that's going to run out real quick. And there goes the first peak.
Kingsley and Caps looking really weak here on the retake and falls to a headshot from Maximoto. Looking for the second, he finds it. Maximoto taking the double kill for the clutch.
What a clutch. Viper, absolute nerves of steel there. Holds onto the site, gets to take it back 1v2. Fantastic work to start this round up. You wanted to start off kicking. You've set yourself up for another free round here. Got the SMGs and the armor coming in. Let's see it. Come on, don't make me a liar. There we go.
We still do see one half shield and a Marshall coming out for Honest Pillow here.
It's a good first round buy. You want long range. If I see a Marshall, it's telling me, okay, I'm going to any of the long angles that we already have. We have the A long. You can play a little bit towards C. We do see, however, kind of a rush coming in from T1 up B mid.
And they did actually opt to trade that Marshall in for a Spectre at the last second. So they will be coming in with 5 of these light rifles.
Yep, SMGs, hold W, spray a little bit, get 1 kill for free, and there goes 1 teleport away, and Chamber goes, whoop, I found some people. Falling back.
Chamber is looking for a little bit more information with this ghost as Sicko Scott is pushing up. They find one trade. Kingsley comes in. Croissant finds a trade there. And looks like 3 players holding in through Waterfall as Croissant gets that plant down.
Ooh. 4v4, you still haven't managed to pick up any of the bonus guns on the ground, but a lot of utility coming in to try and get you on the site. Pistols are out. Croissant gets another kill here. A lot of CC planting. Almost double burst.
Triple kill on Croissant with the spray. Wow.
Quadra kill. Sometimes you just hold the trigger and they just walk in front of you.
Wow. Wow. That's got to be feeling great. If you're Croissant right now, I mean, 5-2, you're sitting pretty, heading into the 3rd round.
You've got your ultimate already.
I mean, wow. And you also have Phoenix with his run it back available to him as well here.
I mean, we're going to get another freebie right there. Oh, Kingsley gets a nice dink on Scott, and then right here, Croissant takes 1 out, swaps over, 1 kill there, and spray transfers to Sushi, who was peeking behind.
Oh, that's what you want out of that gun advantage, right? You want to see plays like that. Trading util over here in A side CT. But we do have a slow movement up towards B with the spike moving in there. They do give away a little bit of the information there as they pick up that ult orb. The enemy will be able to hear that, and they have responded with holding just off to the side here on B, looking for a halt to this push.
Yep, Scott runs it in, uses ultimate. Boomba Bot does take him out with a little bit of extra zest. But so far for Intel, Kingsley gets another kill, and Caps takes out Croissant as well.
This is a great pinch here that they're coming in from the back line, but even so, we do have Maximoto bringing that spike all the way to C.
It's crazy that not only has the spike not gone down, but like effectively both sides of the map, they've traded. Offenses were defenses were offenses, and nobody's fought. And there we go. Caps takes out Honest Pillows. Another one down, 2v5.
We'll just see if they're looking to do some damage to the econ here as much as they can, knock off as many of those rifles as possible, especially with the 1v5.
I wasn't, the camera wasn't on. I was expecting the Phoenix to be like, I hear people running past me. I'm gonna sneak around and shoot him in the back, but got found out. And right here, 1v3 does not get a kill. Good hold, 5v0, fantastic hold.
An impressive retake. They will still get that plant credit, right, from getting that successfully down, but no rifles knocked off. That's gotta feel bad.
Oh, we might be seeing a repeat of the start of round 1 where we're going to start keeping the teams within 2 points no matter what happens. It's always going to be 2 points.
Right,
one up,
and
one down.
We will have what's looking like a pretty even buyout here across both teams. So I'm excited to see this round where everyone's on kind of equal footing.
So many insta kills. Nitsua right here gets another one on Maximoto, and then how does Scott? Oh, we don't get to see it. It would have been great to see like the chess pieces moving around.
Right.
The accidental vision of oops, I chose the wrong time to peek.
Right. Just that Val timing again.
Always Val timing. Always the wrong moment.
I am really enjoying these fast pushes up, denying that push from the attacking side into A, but they will respond by finding some free space through into B site. They're going pretty slow here. They don't want to lose anybody for free, but they are training their sights on that heaven spot in B site.
A little bit of sussing, but we have 5 people all around B. Defense obviously doesn't know it, but you see the flank coming in from C. They've pushed all the way up towards C side defense attackers spawn. They're near lobby and door. Oh no, this is going to be such a cluster.
Wow. This could spell disaster for T1 as they lose 2 to Caps.
Oh no, the ability to use Kings. Oh, he gets his ult off. He is dimensionally drifting everywhere. Now the question is, can he get out and be where he wants to be? Get away for free. He will escape. Oh, that could have been disastrous.
This is a really smart disengage on the part of Yoru. I think a lot of Yorus would have greeted there, looking for extra value. But no, he used that to completely move back, reorg with his team, and now we have a clean 2-on-2 pushing in from Waterfall and from CT.
Sometimes the value you get is you live.
Absolutely. That's a great value. Keeping your life.
A lot of util. Sushi goes on the point, immediately takes out Scott, takes out Maximoto as well. Croissant gets another kill on Sushi. Nitsua wraps up. Nitsua coming in clutch again this round, trading off the Jet for the Raze.
And I think having 4 players there, having that 2-on-2 for the retake made a huge difference here. And I think that really came down to the dimensional drift, allowing him to get that exit.
Look at Caps here. Caps is like, oh god, wow. It's panic spray! And
but still manages to get 2.
He does. He manages to panic spray get 2, which is fantastic.
Oh, with the back turn there.
Oh.
I was reloading.
The reload. Always the reload.
You got to worry about bullets too occasionally, right? Like you don't have an infinite magazine. Okay, right. There you go. There you go, designers. Infinite magazine idea. You heard it here first.
Ooh, or I mean, you could just buy an Odin.
I mean, you could do that too.
Infinite.
You could just hold the trigger, right?
Yeah.
That's literally the Odin. If you have to reload the Odin, you've probably
like
done
a lead
something
finger,
wrong.
right? Left click, hold it down.
Oh.
Ooh, Sicko Scott taking the first blood off on Kingsley, taking out the duelist, for at least one of the duelists for AAHB.
Good initial start. Again, we've seen Scott loves to take those early 1v1s, managing to pull it off this time. Now with the 5v4, can they find another opening they can push through, right? They're going to walk up into this Omen. Sushi right here, he is high. The question is, will anybody look above? No, they won't!
And he completely avoided those 2 Lear throws. Oh, and he gets a double kill as his team moves in to clean up a couple more kills.
Can't just look left or right. Sometimes you gotta look up and down. Omen showcasing exactly.
Ooh, not finding value off the tour de force does fall, but it's just a 3v2. Any side could take it at this point, especially as AAHB is having to move completely through B to come and meet them on C as they do get that spike
will go down. You'll see a Marshall defense though at this point. You kind of want to fall a little bit further off the site. Sushi does manage to get spotted out with the ulti, so gave away some intel, but now has to join his team. Nisha pops on the site.
I do like the hold that they have here, completely off towards Mound, very safe. It is planted for Mound. They are able to get that first pick. Ooh, and the blinds come out to push them off of the spike. They want to make sure that no one is defusing. They've gotten that information, and Sky is pulling back out, but does fall to Croissant, and Nitsua cleans up Maximoto.
Sometimes you don't need to aim when you can just jump and hold the trigger, and that was a fantastic retake. Good attempt from attackers to plant it in such an obvious position that you can hold it from off the site. Very good drawn-out fight to try and stall as long as you can, but at the end of the day, that first trade kill immediately sets up the second, and the 2v2 that you had set up finally falls over.
Absolutely. And we're seeing 3 clutches in a row from the side of AAHB. If you're T1 right now, I mean, you've got to start figuring out where you can keep these closeouts coming in, you know, making sure that those bombs are actually going off.
I mean, they're doing a great job at getting the spike on site, right? They're planting. That's great work. It's just now a matter of how do we tighten our hold? What do we need to do differently so that the spike actually goes off, or that we win our trades? We win those actual fights.
Ooh, and I do love the repeat there just to see. It's a very Raze move to just jump right across, spray down.
Sometimes you can't really do any. Oh, wow. Immediately. Wow. We didn't even get a chance to talk about it.
3 falling on the side of T1 right off the bat as there's a skirmish here in B main.
I was going to say, in every video game, there's a point where you just have to laugh off what happened to you, and that was it. And oh, there goes another kill.
And the operator kill. And then 1v4 Croissant with just a little bit of HP does fall ultimately here for a decisive win on the side of AAHB.
That might have been the fastest round we've seen, like, all best of 3 so far. That was a very quick round.
This is a really interesting, aggressive defensive strategy coming out from AAHB. They are not waiting for T1 to push into a site, to dedicate themselves to a site. They want to find those early pushes and fight them on the spot.
From like a strategy perspective, with 3 sites to hold, it makes a lot of sense to immediately clear out 1/3 of the map and recoalesce around the remaining 2/3, right?
Absolutely.
You've secured one portion, you can ignore it and immediately refocus on now a 2-sided map.
And it's working for them. They've been getting incredible retakes because they have those numbers preserved for post-plant.
Yeah, we've seen, and we saw exactly 3 rounds in a row they had successful defuses. Sure, attackers managed to plant the spike, but they managed to then clean up the attackers and get the defuse off.
Ooh, and we will see some bullets fired over here, but no damage done as Raze retreats and gives back some of that space.
T1 is kind of on a half buy. You can see that there's a lot of armor, but weapon-wise, you have a mismatch of SMGs, pistols, and 1 Marshall, right? So it's definitely not a clean buy that you're used to. So you're going to have to play some really unorthodox strategies to maximize the usefulness of those weapons.
Absolutely, and they are looking for an explosion onto site here, but Caps does pick off one with the operator, but the spray down! Will they get it? Oh, and the trade-off to the secondary, very well done as they return from their old spot. But still, 3 more falling. It does leave Sicko Scott here to clutch on his own, operator in hand.
Oh. You could almost feel like that was a panic, like, scroll wheel going from, like, primary to secondary to tertiary, and you're like, going back to the pistol again.
We've all been there. You thought you had more bullets in the Stinger than you really did.
I remember when the Stinger was the must-buy item of all time because right-clicking, left-clicking was absolutely disgusting.
Absolutely, yeah. Ooh, what a clean shot on the part of Caps there.
Such a good shot. Led the target, waited and clicked, and then blind firing.
Blind through the smoke. Oh, wow. And they look like they're having a great time.
Any other gun, though. You hear it. Sometimes you just gotta laugh it off.
Any other gun. Ooh, good teleport out here and return with the operator to hold that long angle. Sky is looking to throw some util for nothing more than information, knowing that there are still enemies on site contesting their push.
And it looks like we've pulled another attempt over on A side. They haven't committed the spike yet, but 4 people on A side completely fallen off B and C. Phoenix doesn't know it, but could quite literally just sneak all the way behind. But this is a game of information, and it's currently lacking.
Absolutely. It does look like they will open revolving door. Ooh, and they win the trade against the operator on Caps. Enquine, an incredible shot. Croissant following with another kill. Astronaut does pick one off, and the Rolling Thunder is committed. Croissant getting his 2nd kill on site as the paint shells do come in from stairs.
Fantastic counterplay to the ultimate. Almost does get another kill on Nitsua. We see AHB falling apart on this team. It looks like that one brief moment T1 needed to breathe has succeeded. 4v1 looking really good right now for T1.
It looks like he is just looking for maybe some exit frags. It doesn't look like he's posturing quite to contest the spike itself. Just looking for some value, cannot find it as Honest Pillow takes him out. And they get their win. It looks like they might have their feet back under them.
Yes, they finally, okay, that strategy worked great. Let's figure out what worked. Let's continue to use it. AHB, their eco's so good that they're like, cool, we can buy another operator right now. No problem. So you gotta do that again.
Yeah,
and
one more
then,
time. Ooh, what a shot. What a shot, especially against an op hold.
One enemy remaining.
Especially when they know you're in tree from that door opening.
ooh,
Some great shots.
Some of these lineups and waiting, they know exactly where they're gonna pop up, and it's just a question of, okay, I'm pre-firing. I just need to see their body. Give me their body.
And the early paint shells and blinds coming out as they return to this aggressive push up through and finding 2 kills. One over on C-Long from Chamber with that operator and another on A site as they try to push up.
Sushi did buy an Odin and was mass spamming it at the beginning. I'm guessing they had to reload at some point. And there's a res. Okay, back to a 5v4.
Still very winnable. They still have control of the spike. Phoenix in a very interesting position here, holding some of that space for them near B. It looks like the team might try to meet him there and make use of that space that he's secured. And Chamber pulling away with the operator when he had that angle. He just didn't know.
He would have seen Phoenix if he had held on for 1 more second. Classic case of Valoranted.
Yes.
Looked at the wrong time.
But still, Nquine taking a lot of damage, has to retreat. And we do see the dimensional drift coming and cutting him through their backline. Looking for value, does find one, finds the second one. What a play with that dimensional drift. Ooh. And they finish it off, Astronaut and Caps taking out Sicko Scott and Nquine for the win.
That dimensional drift has come in clutch twice now. For this one, not only did it give so much information as to where the other team was moving, where was the spike, where they're going, he managed to complete it and get a pair of kills off of it as well.
It was insane value off of a single ultimate, and he played it very well, getting into that tight angle so that he could force those 1v1s right off the bat.
Oh, yeah,
Look
right
at this,
here.
replay here. Pushes that, he uses the pillars to his advantage, he gets both of those kills.
Oh, you hate to see it happen.
Let's go!
Let's go. Nice kill, Mitch.
I love the camaraderie here. Every time someone is pulling something off that's impressive, they're being celebrated. It's great to see.
Yeah, it definitely feels like you always want to keep the energy of your team up, and some of the easiest ways to do that is to celebrate your victories. In a case like that, you gotta be yelling. And we do have a pause coming in, a little bit of strategy recession going on. I definitely think if you're gonna do it, doing it early is probably the right call, because you don't want this game to run away from you.
I do love the coach cans. One is completely laid back, looking comfortable. The other, very serious. They've both got the synchronized water bottle drinks. You know, that's the coach mindset.
Yeah, hold on a minute. I need to take my drink before I continue my monologue. Now then, let's continue. And you can see here that definitely T1 taking that time, trying to figure out, hey, we need to adjust our strategy just a little bit. What can we do here to try and stall them out? If I was in their coach's shoes, we've seen an awful lot of this like offensive hold on defense. I guess a good question would be, is there any way that you can capitalize on that? Can you basically bet that they're going to be pushing in a manner that you can then like, oh, they've pushed out of position, we can get them from doing this?
Right. Where can you punish them for those small missteps? Where can you find that value from, you know, playing to your strengths and identifying your opponent's weaknesses?
And we see another, okay, your clone gonna walk forward, not gonna get shot yet.
The Lear comes out, but they do pick, what an op shot there. It almost looked unreal. That was a great one. I'm gonna have to see a rewind there. Ooh, wow.
Playing up C-Long against an op, if that is where you expect it to be, now the question is, what can we do to move the operator off that site? Or what can we do to prevent them from having such a long angle where we lose those traits?
Absolutely. And being down one of your duelists will hurt, but Croissant does find value picking off Caps.
Operator does get taken out. All right, you've equalized that problem. Kingsley's still sitting back there, doesn't know there's 2 people behind. Does take out the dog, pushing forward, Croissant gets taken out, and the trade comes in from Scott. Great 1v1 trade right there. That's what you want to see.
And we do see a great opening for T1 to move into this C site. They are pushing up pretty quickly, identifying this opportunity for themselves. I like this wall, cutting off Waterfall. The Viper's Pit does get invested here, and it looks like the plant will shortly follow.
Yeah, I mentioned it. You don't want to run away, right? At this point, every round counts before the half. burn what you've got because you don't know if you're going to get this level of control again on the next round. We've seen exactly how hard hitting that operator on C-Long is. Take the rounds you can get, use everything you have. Don't hold on to it and wait for a better chance.
Absolutely.
Use what you've got.
And this Viper's Pit is going to make a 3v3 so much more winnable for them. It's going to give them way more of an advantage, but wow, the synchronized util there.
Oh, and forgot to check upper left. Pops the ulti. Ulti doesn't get anyone. Astronaut does kill Sicko Scott's clone. Gets a double kill, though. Quadra kill. Sicko Scott coming in clutch there to hold the site.
The collat kill there at the end, shooting through one of his opponents into the other. Always feels great.
I think the Viper thought that the velocity of the rays meant...
This fact is throwing me off.
Okay, yeah, this fact. Time for Professor Greg. You don't have a skeleton inside of you. You are a brain piloting a bone mech wearing meat armor.
I mean, I think that's what Neon Genesis Evangelion was all about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to assume, am I a person inside of a thing doing a thing? And the correct answer is, are any of us actually people at this point?
Oh, wow. Yeah, Descartes would have something to say to you about that.
We can wax philosophical.
I think we can.
During Valorant matches. Truly, that's what's really important here for the audience.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly. We think, therefore we shoot.
Absolutely. I cannot agree more. And it does look like they're having a bit of a reset here on the side of T1. They did look for a bit of an initial push towards B, but they are resetting towards C again.
We know that operator is on C-Long, and we can see here the ultimate is active. Oh, and there's the blind. The blind forces out. Remember, we were talking about you have to do things to push the operator away. And they're doing it now. Croissant gets a kill on Susi, but gets traded out by Astronaut.
We are seeing Alir invested again into Waterfall, trying to cut this off, but Tour de Force is still online with 4 of T1's players pushing up into a pretty aggressive choke point.
Yeah,
the wall comes in, though.
Exactly what we're talking about. They've been forcing that known operator away, using util to make him fall back continuously. They get the site, they get the spike. It's almost down. Not quite yet. They're holding it. But this is what they need to do. They need to force that operator out of his control.
And Nitsua trying to get a flank here, but they identify that they can go for the revolving door and push in towards B. Looks like Viper is going to look to plant there, especially with that pick from Entquine onto Nitsua, bringing it into a 4v2.
Very interesting choice. They had C-Site. They had it for a good 15 seconds, and instead of committing the spike there, they decided, hey, we're going to capture the rotate and push back towards B.
Absolutely. The breach util did push them off of that first plant, and honestly, it kind of helped them in the end there with this rotate.
Yeah, I mean, you still see the Tour de Force's active. Caps has got 2 more bullets. He can get 2 free kills. Oh, swaps over to
Headhunter comes out, trying to see if he can't eke out a little bit of value.
Made a lot of noise. Yep, and that's where you had, look at that crossfire between B. You had one high, one low, both hovering the same area. No matter which way you're looking, you might have thought I 50-50'd it right. There was somebody to the right, I was looking right. Well, there's somebody to your left shooting you in the back.
Yeah, assuming your opponents are playing the way they should, they will have a cross on you. So either way you look, you're turning your back to one.
And this is exactly what we're talking about. They're going for, hey, we know where they're playing. We know how they're playing. Now it's a question of what can we do to force them onto off angles, things that they're not comfortable doing. And in this case, we saw it really well, forcing that chamber every single time to fall back to a different angle, fall back to a shorter distance, and he started missing those long-range flicks.
Absolutely, and it does bring our score very close again here. Might even see another 6-6 at the half.
Oh, no!
The double collat kill from the operator, Caps.
Oh, you hate to see it happen.
What a shot, what a shot.
You want to peek sometimes when you're going for a 1v1 trade. You want your buddy there to go for the 1v1. You do not want to be lined up so much that you get 2 for the price of none.
Yeah, wow, the lineup there, because you're playing it right. You don't want to be untradeable, but you also don't want to be collatable. Caps with the 3rd off kill of the round. Nitsua picking up a kill with the pain shells there, and it's just Croissant who will fall to Nitsua.
Oh, a fantastic good closing round. 7-5, easily winnable by both teams. You've seen how we work on offense and defense. Now it's time to swap it up. Will that chamber be as effective now attacking versus defense? Will that Phoenix be able to get some of those like brutal flashbangs around tight corners? Right now it's a question of, hey, we know where we're at. It's time to adjust our strategy. We're flipped.
Right, and I am interested to see what they're choosing to do with this buy round, but I've got to see that shot again. Wow, what a double kill. And Nitsua, of course, closing it out. Let's go.
Oh, nothing is more satisfying than a multi-pen single bullet kill. Oh, you'll love to see it happen as Chamber. And
Especially with the operator.
Oh, yeah, the operator, you're like, you're just giving me free, you're just spoon-feeding me cereal, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the dream, right? It's what every op shot wishes it could be, right?
At least 2 kills.
At least 2 kills, minimum.
Minimum. You go for those 3s, and occasionally you hit 4s, and then you have the, you know, the fun of like every single bullet misses, and then you basically never.
That's what I do. I'm really good at missing.
Yeah, that's why we had the 9-bullet op idea for a game mode, right? Just
yeah.
unaim and click. You know,
That's
Jet
what I need.
2.0.
That's what I need. I think I would be great with that operator.
And it looks like we have a very slow push. There goes the wall immediately, and a bit of pistol util used. And Honest Pillow's like, hey, help! A lot of util over here on C site. Spike hasn't gone down yet, but control is solidly on attackers.
Kingsley does get the first blood. Siggo Scott does get the trade there. Oh, and just with the backs turned, but Sushi and Caps are able to get 2 more off of that skirmish. 2 of T1 pushing up in through C main. But standing on a snake bite, Caps does take a lot of damage. Maximoto does find Astronaut, looking for another kill here.
Ooh, they split up. This is a bold choice to go for 2 consecutive 1v1 fights instead of fighting as a 2-man unit. Maximoto's gonna have to use their utility, throws up the poison orbs, gonna need to get to the spike, but doesn't have a lot of time.
And doesn't know where that TP is going, but has an idea, takes some damage. It is dire straits at this point. They have to tap this. They need to get it halved at least, and they fall to Caps as he pushes back through into sight.
Yeah, it was a bold choice to split up the 2v2, right? When you're trying to clear out the site, you might want to keep as many guns together as possible so you can fire in continuous motion, right? Move as a unit, fire as a unit, but when you split up like that on defense, you're now having to clear so many more angles, you don't have anyone to cover you.
Absolutely.
You can't trade off that.
Exactly. Making sure that you are tradable is so important, especially in those like really close end game rounds, right? Where you are, you know, you've got a 2v2, and if you can turn it into a 1v2 at any point on getting that kill, bringing them down, but giving them the 1v1 trades, tragic.
I mean, we are able to say hindsight 2020, right? We're not in the heat of the moment. We're not thinking, okay, I'll go left, you go right. Great, let's go. We have, you know, spectator mode. We have such an advantage, and nothing, a little bit of a slow push towards A right now.
This is really interesting from the side of T1, taking a leaf out of AAHB's book, pulling in through here. Oh!
What's crazy is defense already had all 5 members roughly on and around A site.
And they will take 2 more out, remaining. A third falling, and it's just Enquine left to pick up the pieces.
Guess the correct location, gets 1 kill, manages to fall back. If they can get a 2nd kill, it's a respectable round, but you're hoping for more. You want like 3. 3 feels real good on an eco.
3 feels great, especially when you're facing down a Marshall that takes you out.
Oh, Marshall, no armor, it always hurts.
Oh, the thumbs down.
Oh, the disrespect. Oof.
Toxic. You'll love to see it though. You gotta have that banter, keep it playful. And we will see the rifles being purchased by T1 coming into this with the full force of their economy. Trying to get this round will be really important for them to secure the momentum that they're going to need to turn this game around.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're going to do or die here, but when you full buy up to rifles, defense still has SMGs and random other junk, right? You need to convert this as efficiently as possible. If you don't, it's now 5-10 and your back's going to be so up against a wall.
Absolutely. They're going to need to pull something out here if they want to stay in this. Ooh, and Marshall bullets missing down the smoke there.
A lot of spam coming back through the darkness. Nitsua, though, gets taken out by Honest Pillow.
That is a great pick, and getting that raise down is great for them because they have a lot of util that can disrupt all of your movement across the map. And we do see 3 more of the attackers on AHB pushing up towards C, but the spike is still floating towards B here.
Yeah, they haven't overcommitted, which is good. They're sussing out. They're thinking, is there a way that we can capture the fact of the matter is that they might have over-rotated. And right now, they're kind of pushing up towards B. Again, no commit, but this could be a fast rotate onto B.
They do see the smokes coming out from Sushi, getting an idea that this might be where they're committing. Enquine does take down Caps, and they're looking for a kill here. Ooh, but Enquine takes 2. Sushi does find a connect with his Bucky onto Maximoto, but Croissant takes out Sushi, and it's just Kingly left.
Almost gets the last kill. 4 Four down there. You only lost one rifle. You're feeling really good about T1, but now you got to make sure that Maximoto A can buy out and B, and now you have to weather the storm of, hey, they've bought 4 rifles. Let's do it again.
That is the kind of round I was looking for. The only thing that could have been better, of course, would be a flawless, but shy of that, that was an incredible round and something that could really, really help them stay in this.
Yeah, I think even though here on the good replay we'll see some of these nice long-range kills. Honest Pillow using the Vandal's range to advantage. Another good kill here from Equine, and then Croissant covering their buddies who've been blinded on the side.
Nice try.
One of the big things you have to worry about is you saw exactly how strong Caps was on defense with an operator. I would be a little bit hesitant to be playing those C-longs because for all you know, Caps could be opping it from attacker side as well.
And Maximoto getting a first blood right off the bat onto Kingsley, losing that Yoru for a lot of those really swanky plays that we were seeing earlier. There's not going to be any teleports behind them this time, and it's going to be them on the back foot looking for somewhere that they
Look
can
how far
push
up Phoenix
into.
has moved. Oh no.
Wow.
Oh
wow.
no.
Oh, and off of the blind from Sky. He does get one, but is immediately traded.
It's still good. He managed to get the 1-for-1. He was in a really good position, but by now he's got to have communicated to his team, hey, there was a lot of thumping going past me. They might be rotating towards A.
And Sky with a little bit more of that information, throwing out her bird. Breach does start taking space in through tree, looking for an opportunity to get the spike down on A site. Initiates the plant, and it looks like it will be a successful stick. We do have 3 of AAHB's players still alive, but 2 have fallen.
That one alive.
Astronaut has gotten 1 in response, but 2 for 1.
Yeah, you're feeling pretty good about that on T1. Like, you're falling back. It's now 1v3. You have to hold it as best you can, but you're on a clock, and Croissant boldly sidesteps out to do a clear and takes the 1v1, gets the headshot kill.
And they save 3 of those rifles. That was a great round when they had that equal footing of gun control. I mean, this is really incredible to see them claw back those numbers. I mean, getting that score back up to 7-9, looking way more realistic for them now.
Yeah, this is looking really good. Like, Scott getting the 1v1 kill here. We talked about he needs to convert those into kills, doing his job there. The double kill here, and then the broad, hey, I'm going to immediately step out and just start firing. Croissant just wants to go for the kills. This is great for the side of Team 1. They needed to get those 2 rounds back-to-back, and we can see now Beans is on an eco round. T1's got to be breathing a sigh of relief here that they basically weathered that first storm, and now they're in a really good spot.
We do see the tour de force being popped really early here from Caps, looking to find a pick up here through stairs, but it won't matter if Reyna does not peek him, and the smoke screen is going to deny him the opportunity.
Casually doing the right thing without knowing. Croissant takes out Nitsua. That's unfortunate for the Rays. Kingsley does get behind and manages to take a Croissant with the stinger. Good trade for them, and picks up a Vandal off the corpse.
Astronaut is getting that plant down, and Maximoto does pick up Kingsley as that rope skirmish comes through. They are looking for a little bit more value here. Enquine pushing him through main, sees Breach on the spike. Maximoto does pick out Caps, even with that tour de force. Honest Pillow, however, responds with a pick of their own. Sicko Scott trying to get that half.
A shotgun straight to the back, and Sushi has to reload, can't get close range of the spike. Run that gun away, hold on to it, hold it as tight as you can, because a shotgun for a Vandal is a fantastic trade.
I'll take that trade any day of the week.
Plus, it's the best Vandal skin out there. I mean, who doesn't want to be firing dragons at the enemy? I mean, come on. And right here, Croissant gets traded, and then Maximoto immediately takes out Kingsley. It would have been better if Kingsley could have run that Vandal further back and gone for a longer, because you have the gun advantage there.
Right.
All of your allies have those close range weapons. Let them hold ropes. You fall back for the longer angle. Go for the Vandal headshots.
And Honest Pillow with those frags has earned their ultimate again. So we do have the opportunity to res if they see some amount of number loss early on.
A good one-way smoke, and immediately the wall goes up. Honest Pillow stalling out, throws out the slow fields, but multiple people pushing on C's. Gotta fall back. Concussed is finally over.
We do see Sicko Scott popping that ultimate. Ooh, does find one, but gets taken out as as one more of his allies fall here.
Yeah, and it's now a 3v4. Caps takes out Equine as well. 4v2. The spike is down. Now it's a question of, can we hold long enough Or are we going to wait out these two people, right? Like, is it hold onto the guns for T1, or is it trade as much as you can? Their eco is very bad for AHB right now.
It was looking like a save, but now they're moving into C site looking for an opportunity. They do find one. It's a 2v3, a much better position for them. They do still have some util available to them. They do have that flash coming out. Sicko Scott is on the defuse. He does get the half, and he's holding.
Oh,
but he
no,
does not quite get it.
If Maximoto had held that angle close, Sicko Scott might have been able to finish the stick. It looked to have only been off by about a second. I feel like that must have been a miscommunication for Cover Me.
Yeah, it was just too shallow of a hold. They didn't have the full angle to protect their ally as they were sticking that defuse. But wow, I mean, it was still really impressive to come from a 2v4 and almost get the defuse.
It was a great strategy. I think if that angle had been a little bit tighter so you could have seen the push from Breach, even if you're just stalling the gunfight and making them shoot you, that's extra seconds for Scott to continue pressing and hold F. That could very well have been a successful defuse.
Absolutely, but they did take out 2 ultimates. Oh, and Otto's pillow with the early first blood. Incredible shot down
Almost took out
mound.
Kingsley too. I think Sage is mad.
I think Sage is upset that her allies are dying, which
Very
is
upsetting.
very canon.
I mean, very canon. I mean, she's going to bring them back if she needs to.
If she needs to, but she
and
doesn't need to. Battle Sage.
Either way, Battle Sage, right? We haven't been playing Baldur's Gate 3 at all. Battle Sage.
Not at all.
Not at all. Nope.
Not 300 hours in. Certainly not.
I'm not still in Act 3. No spoilers, please. Thank you. Pushing slowly onto A. Oh, and Croissant still gets one.
Oh, 2! Can you find the third? He does! Croissant!
Croissant is
Incredible!
popping off this game.
And Sicko Scott closes it out with Kingsley in mid. Wow, what a triple kill!
Spray control, click control for fine burst. Croissant was like, get the heck off my site.
Yeah, I am holding this site. This site has belonged to me all round, and you will not be entering. You shall not pass.
Yeah, look.
Headshot.
Angry one.
Ooh, dodges the fault line there too, and then even with the crouch, incredible. 2 HP.
One
left.
more than you needed.
One more.
Jeez.
He
What?
has
Oh,
so
man.
much HP to spare.
And that's where if you're going to be peaking, you know, you want to bring friends with you, not one at a time, but multiple friends, right?
As many as you can spare.
Make
Yeah.
it a party. And right here, the party is immediately pushing towards A. This is a very fast push. It looks like Nitsua didn't buy a rifle, but has ultimate, so it's definitely, there it is.
Popping that showstopper.
Who's next?
Nitsua is looking for some opportunity to get a frag here. And will she find it? Not finding it. Oh, and it falls short of the fuel before she's able to line up a shot. Astronaut is getting the plant off, but Enquine and Honest Pillow pick off 2 members of
It didn't
AAHP.
clear the corner.
Wow.
Oh, it's clear corners. Oh, it's a catastrophe. Caps does get another kill here, and Astronaut gets another. How did that
Wow.
even hit?
Wow.
I call flag on the field. Wow, what a headshot.
The
2v2.
Last player
Okay,
standing.
2v1.
And the fault line's still available. They have a lot of util to use here. Just snake bites left from Maximoto. Looking for a pick here, does not quite connect. Caps closes it out.
That was looking very promising at the beginning, stalling out the Razor, getting absolutely nothing from it. Looked fantastic for Team 1, and then it all just fell apart in the middle, unfortunately.
And wow, Astronautical already pulling out another Rolling Thunder available for usage. Feels like that thing is up every other round.
It looks, unless I'm mistaken, that timer means somebody's paused. We've got the second pause coming in. This is a good, there it is. Beams is taking the time well ahead to consider what do they need to do to get just 2 more victories to end the series 2-0.
I feel like that can be really smart, especially knowing that, you know, on this round, T1 will have most of the money needed to buy out full rifles.
And 3 ultimates.
And 3 ultimates. They're going to have that Sage Res available to them, which is huge. Can really turn the tides in this match. But, I mean, I'm curious to know what they're going to be chatting with their coach about.
I feel like if you're trying to, like, seal the deal and you really want to, like, add insult to injury, you're thinking, okay, we have the ultimate ready. Where can we go and instantaneously use this and plant the spike before it finishes? Like, where can we just, like, you know, like, Panzer Faust our way straight through and there's nothing you can do about it, right? Like, are you going to rush up B with it? Or maybe, hey, we're going to sneak our way close to A and use it to blast high and all rush low.
Right. And they have been doing a really good job of getting into site. They know when to rotate. They know when they've lost a site. And especially their util usage when they're down in numbers to get an advantage over the remaining members of the enemy team has been really great so far.
Yeah, and I would definitely say those last couple of rounds, we've seen Team 1's, like, accuracy, like the accuracy of the players has started to go up. Like, adrenaline-induced panic has started to really maximize their headshot potential. I'm getting a little bit worried that T1's going to start popping off and just never going to let go of the gas at this point.
I mean, it absolutely could happen. They have 3 ultimates available for them. Viper's Pit, the Sage Res. I mean, 2 incredibly valuable ults here that they could pop at any moment. But we do have just 1 round away if AAHB could bring us to match point.
And if they do get this round, if AHB does get this round, T1 is not in a good eco state. They're going to have to force buy up to like whatever they can afford. It will not be a pretty buy. They will not be feeling very comfortable. It will not be 5 rifles.
And they are looking like they're going to pop this Rolling Thunder. It is just Viper, and she does respond with that.
Oh,
but the Viper's Pit will fall. And looking for some Roomba picks. They do take out Sicko Scott's ultimate. And he pops back over. Astronaut getting that plant off. And we still have 3 players of T1 trying desperately.
AHB gets a double kill there with Kingsley. It's now a 2v5. This is not looking good for Team 1. That ult taking out Viper is very unfortunate for Team 1. Sicko Scott getting blasted, blinded. Now it's a 1v5. We talked about using that ultimate on B. They use it on C instead. Fantastic pause there. Decimating Team 1. The eco on Team 1 is not looking good. This is not looking like... this could be a literal 13-9 again.
It could be. It very well could be. And I have got to commend Astronautical with the breach util. It feels like those have heat-seeking sensors hitting every single time the fault lines are hitting.
And that Viper being unfortunate enough to pull out the shorty at that range, not quite close enough to convert the dual blast into a kill and gets taken down for that. You lose all that pressure for stalling out C, and the rotate can't come any quicker at that point.
Absolutely. We do see Kingsley trying to put his teleport point all the way over here on A, possibly as a safety bet to return to if this B push goes wrong.
And Scott is holding a judge against 4 people and doesn't know it. Oh, this could be dangerous.
I'm looking forward to this.
There it is,
there's
one. Almost 2. Oh, it's a tragedy, but he gets 1 for 1. It's still a good trade. It could have been even worse. He almost got 3 for free there. Spike is going down on B. Honest Pillow doesn't know it, but there's one right. Sees the Spike outline, gets a free kill right there.
And they know that a lot of the enemy team is trapped here in B short. They are going to have to push up if they want to stop this defuse. They know where it is. The teammates are probably going to be pinging this here so they can fire through the smoke. Ooh, 1-for-1 trade coming down. Caps finding another. Wow, Maxi with the double kill.
That almost out. Okay, we need to break that down because like
see this.
there was a lot of things happening. So the Spike got defused to half.
Yes.
And at that moment, all of AHB decided we can't afford to let them stick it. We're all going in. So 2 people pushed through the smoke. We had a teleport going through directly on top of the Spike. T1 was clearing smoke and almost got killed from the teleport onto the Spike. Watch what happens here. This is almost like a symphony of errors in sequence.
Ooh. And these blinds make it so hard to push up, especially with these slow orbs here. Caps does get that pick, but
I think that full round will be on replay. Like that was so close to being AHB just ending the game right there. And if it wasn't for that close range SMG on T1, Viper turning 90 degrees and looking, that was it. It was a 1v1 and they looked the right way. Whew.
We do see Caps popping that tour de force, does not buy a rifle in lieu of having that ultimate online.
And again, T1 had to force buy up again. We see 2 not rifles, but they're not the rifle they want to be running. They're not Vandals. So again, you're running with whatever you can because your backs are against the wall. You need to win out to go to overtime.
And Sage still holding on to that res. Ooh,
oh no!
The concuss really coming in clutch there as Astronaut is able to pick off Honest Pillow and clearing out the only hold they had on this site as the plant goes down.
If that Sage hadn't been...
Oh, through the smoke! Nitsua.
Wow. That's fair and balanced. Wow. Oh, another blind. Nitsua's popping off
mowing them down, the triple kill.
I mean, at this point, you're running and gunning. Croissant has to pick up 4 kills to get... Here's from behind.
With the tour de force. And that is the end of our series.
13-10, twice in a row.
Twice in a row.
13-10.
Very
what a
consistent.
fantastic pair of rounds.
Wow.
It was pretty brutal back and forth. T1 was getting their momentum back, but they just ran out. The executes from AHB were just very on point for the finale.
I know, and once they had that momentum, it was so difficult for them to break it. And I mean, they tried really hard. They had some really impressive clutches. They were eking out rounds when they could, but in the end, it just didn't work.
And there was just some of that unlucky, like, you need to see those one-for-ones go. Like, if Sage had popped that raise coming in, probably would have been a significantly different outcome there. But the concuss and the movement from the blast pack meant all of her slowed bullets didn't quite hit.
Absolutely, and all the sprays through the smokes, I mean,
That blind
it's harsh.
kill on Viper, like, that's unfair.
And we can't forget about the double kill, collat kill on the operator.
Yeah, we saw that double. And then
my.
again, and on defense, we saw Croissant get the triple kill holding the doors on C. Like, 2 HP in a dream was apparently all they needed that round as well.
All needed, as you said, one more than required.
Seriously, fantastic showing from both teams. Definitely a tour de force, pun in and unintended, from both teams. Fantastic shots, and here we get to start seeing some of these replays.
Wow, wow. I mean, these sprays with the Spectre, I feel like there was a lot of really impressive Spectre spray control throughout the entire match. I did love these double kill from Caps here, and didn't fall for the fake there. And this was great, this hold, this high ground that Omen was holding. Sushi getting that double kill just because they did not check for him.
It's over, Anakin. They had the high ground.
It's over. It's over.
I mean, and then right here, blind spraying, falls back. A lot of this game was decided by knowing when to peek and when to let your allies help you clear the site.
And I did love that pick from Envy was incredible against the operator there. Really beautiful.
And then right here, the double kill with all the info. Kingsley popping off hard there.
Kingsley showing up as the sub here, coming in with less experience playing against the team, right, from being subbed in on the second match.
I was a little bit worried because, you know, when you're playing, the more you play, arguably, the hotter you get, right? Because you're feeling the groove, you're in the moment.
You're warmed up.
They make the choice to pull on the sub, and the sum is coming up clutch in round 2. Like,
that's so lovely to be able to share that winning experience with the sub on your team so that everyone feels like they really earned that jacket.
Yeah,
right?
you know, you're not like, well, I bench warmed, but I got a jacket, right? No, you played and you helped dominate to win the second round 13-10.
And pulled off some really impressive plays throughout this entire game.
Yeah, there was like that. Nitsua popped off on both games, both game 1 and game 2, whether it was Raze or Jet. Fantastic headshots.
Oh, wow. But I will say, I have got to give it to Breach. All of the util placement across, honestly, the entire, both sides of that map. Just spot on every single time. Astronaut really showing up today. Wow. Oh, and this is incredible. Speak of the devil. Really excited here.
Yeah, look at the stat line. We over 200 average damage, KDA 2.0, easily trading 2 for 1 every time they died, and a 20% headshot ratio. That's really good. You're looking to kill at least 10 to 15%. You're getting 20%. That means out of every 5 kills, you guaranteed got like a free, you can't do anything about it. I vandaled you from halfway, and there was no reason to do anything else.
And we are joined now by a special guest, Astronautical. Oh my gosh, for our post-match interview. How did it feel to pull out not just 1, not just 2, but like the full set win here? You know, you didn't even bring it to a third map.
It was incredible. I think at the first map, we were really worried. This was probably like our biggest contender we've had so far, and I think we were really scared, but our biggest enemy was our own confidence. We weren't playing hard the way that we usually do, and so we had a really good time out with our coach who was like, just stop being afraid and just go for it. And it feels really good that we did
I
it
was
this year.
really curious because every time you took a pause and you had that reconnect with your coach, it felt like you came back renewed and refreshed. What were they saying to you in those moments?
A lot of it was to stop being afraid, especially in Ascent. We were just like constantly holding back and being scared. We thought that they were going to be rush really heavily, so we were trying to be patient, but they were super patient, and that was making us pretty antsy and not playing the way that we usually do. But our coach, Eric, is incredible. He always has the best things to say to us and to just encourage us to do better, and also call out like the really bad things that we're doing and be like, stop that.
Well, that's important. You know, you got to be able to tell you where you're doing well, but also where you're doing poorly.
Yeah.
So to get to this point, did you guys practice a lot, a little? Did you casually just say, nah, screw practice, this isn't for us? Like what was your mentality going into quarterfinals, semis, and finals? How'd it go?
We did a lot of practice. We had to sit down as a team because we played last year and we didn't really make it to finals. We got out of the semis, and this year we said we want the jackets, we want to win. And so we told our coach that, and our team knew that, so we were scrimming like every week, playing against other teams, trying to figure out who we could play. This past week we were playing against our amazing friends who are actually in the crowd right now. They're all plat, so scrimming against them was really hard and really helped us to learn how to come back when we feel like we're down in the moment. And a lot of aim training practice that Eric has a ritual for us to do, and he made us send him our VODs of just us in the range so he could critique it as well.
Well, it clearly paid off here, and congratulations again on this win. That has got to feel incredible. With all of the success that you guys have seen here, it's been amazing to watch you play today. And I mean,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for a great show. I'm sure that all of that hard work and training that your coach has put you through has definitely paid off. Thank your friends for obviously practicing. For the production staff, for everyone helping us run the show, thank you very much. For everyone watching from far and close, thank you again for giving us energy in the crowd and for spamming the heck out of Twitch chat. We love all of you. Up next, we will have the Valorant Rumble Immortal Finals at 6 p.m. Pacific, so not too much longer. Don't worry. So stick around, get a drink, get a snack, come on back, and you'll see the best Ride has to offer. Thank you, and we're looking forward to seeing you.